How's it going, everybody? It's Chris the Crow back again doing another alternative perspective toy review on a Marvel Legends series figure. This is number 26. And if you guys were around on the last one, number 25, I kind of reestablished how I was going to run these things, a little bit less about grading, just more about what it is I think makes the character worthy to be called such a character. Juggernaut, I found him worthy to be called the Juggernaut in their last venture from the Gamerverse. That was my last review. And I didn't think I was going to get another Gamerverse figure. I honestly didn't expect to see this one on the shelves, but I saw it today. And it's kind of Gamerverse, although it's clearly not. We're talking today about Marvel Legends, Magic the Gathering Spider-Man. Mary Jane Watson, the Iron Spider, is the one that we're going to open and have a look at today. Saw her on the shelf at a local game shop here in Canada, Ontario. That's the sub-district of Ottawa and Nepean. Toys on Fire. I lived relatively close, stopped by, saw the whole wave. And, like they had Man-Wolf. They had the Spider-Man, which I might go back and pick up again because that one was impressive just to see a beat-up Peter Parker out there. We had Agent Anti-Venom. We've seen this in the Marvel Legend retro card back in the black. We get him in the white here for Magic the Gathering. And then lastly, Mary Jane Watson, the Iron Spider, which I have no background on why she is donning the Iron Spider suit. I know nothing about the canon behind this crossover in particular. Pardon me for holding it upside down. I don't understand, and it's fine. I liked the Iron Spider. When I first saw that armor that Stark developed for Parker during the Civil War crossover, I thought Steve McNiven drew it beautifully. It was a really cool nod, and it made its way into the MCU Cinematic Marvel Universe for a little while. It was neat. Stark made a cool thing. I never in my mind pictured Mary Jane Watson wearing it. So I'm kind of intrigued by this character. On top of that, of course, we get this card, this Magic the Gathering foil card of her for whatever purposes that will serve in that game. A game that I started probably playing in 1990 and stopped by 92. I am familiar with Magic the Gathering, but I didn't buy this for the card. I bought this for the intrigue. And you guys know me. I'm going to do my best to tell you whether I think this Mary Jane Watson is helpful and worthy to my collection or not. And I'll give you my thoughts on that. If you guys like these kind of reviews, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. We are having a great time rolling right along, and it's all thanks to you guys. And let's, without any further ado, go open this fine figure up and have a look at what they're bringing to the table on Marvel Legends series, Mary Jane Watson, Iron Spider. Well, guys, it's just a matter of time. If you know Peter Parker, at some point, his being Spider-Man is going to affect you. And apparently, nobody is safe. Not Gwen Stacy, not Flash Thompson, not Eddie Brock, and not Mary Jane Watson either, as I show you. Oh, well, they land on their feet. Show you Mary Jane Watson's alternate head for this set. The head that I really enjoy on this. Great flowing hair, limits articulation, but compatible with other figures such as this Moira McTaggart. So now I finally have a Mary Jane Watson in my collection. But really, this isn't the helmet that sold this set to anyone, right? Nobody saw the Scarlet Spider, Mary Jane Watson in her mask and said, well, I really want that. No. We saw the head on there. So I'll take that one off. Show you guys in the pictures what that alternate shiny head looks like, in a few shots. But this was the preferable one that I think most people would have wanted out of this set right here, right? So, Mary Jane Watson, I picture her just having enough with Spider-Man, right? Just had enough, said, you know what? I'm constantly getting attacked by guys like Green Goblin or the Kingpin or who have you. I'm always at risk. Let's get me some proper protection. I'd rather go to a gun store, right? Peter takes her to Tony Stark. And Tony Stark's like, well, whatever, him and Nick Fury say, there's probably a smart idea protecting some of our heroes, loved ones. So Mary Jane, why don't you just pick out yourself a nice Stark armor? But not War Machine, that belongs to Rhodey, and not that Extremis one, that involves you swallowing a bunch of nanites. The Hydra Stopper, Steve's got a sentimental connection to that. We'll find you something. And you just know because of Civil War, it was Captain America looking at Tony going, is anybody using that stupid Scarlet Spider one that Peter was using back in Civil War? Yeah, great idea. Problem is that there's a natural Spider-Man ability that allows him to be aware of everything he's doing in that suit that I don't know if Mary Jane had or not. It seems to me this is a very reckless suit, and I leave it at that. Probably causes a lot of destruction as she turns around. How's this fitting? The arms are knocking everything over. You know, maybe a fatality or two. Nonetheless, I joke around because really these arms I thought would be the big selling feature for me. I thought this would be cool to have her doing some of the traditional Scarlet Spider poses where these legs would support her in a cradle of some sort, but they don't. And thus we go into the question, is this Mary Jane Watson Scarlet Spider worthy, right? What you're looking at with this boneless, or not boneless, I always say that, boneless, pinless, double jointed knees and elbows, frail little standard wrists of a, probably a Gwen Stacy reprint of the shooting the spider web there, hinged so they can go up and down, things like that. But an extra set of fists and an extra head, that's all you're getting in this set, right? Besides these 4 articulated arms, much like Mojo, if you have Mojo, but most of us, I think, if you're watching this review, are familiar with the Scarlet Spider benefits that Stark built him this suit for. However, these are not very good in their function. They have a few points of articulation. This is a fake one. This is a real one. This is a fake one. So you get 3 points there. And then this ball socket, much like a wrist hinge, has an up-down point. And it sits very shallowly. Sits very shallow into the recesses of her back mount position there. 4 little recesses in there. And they go in easy enough, guys. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I really am not complaining about the seat or the overall appearance. Yes, it's kind of a cheaper plastic, but the colors match kind of what the Scarlet Spider was about, and I have no issues with it. Give you a look at how that spider logo goes down that back, but you can't see it because of this piece. No calf rotation, just some weak ankle rockers, and then some thigh cut. But what I had a real problem with as I put these arms with was the fact that they gave her just that torso twist and no abdominal crunchability. We're here talking about a Spider-Man based figure. And when we talk about Spider-Man based figures, or agility based figures, I should say, people like Nightcrawler, Daredevil, Spider-Man in particular, and spider types should be very posable for the traditional crunch posing, swinging, all that kind of stuff that you associate with the person of that agility. And they definitely just gave them the standard Marvel, I don't really care because the paint will be good kind of buck, right? With no real thought as to how she can crunch with these arms. She cannot. She can't even hang on them because these things are not strong enough to support even her minuscule weight, right? So overall, while it looks good when you're standing her, and you can stand her in a variety of poses where those arms are not the thing that supports her balance, and it's a balance act, but you can do it. Nonetheless, it's a fail for the poses you can't get with this character. So, is she worthy? I say no. This Mary Jane Watson Scarlet Spider, as a figure, a posing figure, a play figure, is very limited, and therefore I find it not worthy. Nonetheless, am I regretting that I bought it? No, I like the general uniqueness of this. I like having an extra head so that I can make a Mary Jane for my Spider-Man shelf, wherein I didn't have one before. I loved the Civil War series, and I liked seeing Peter Parker in the Scarlet Spider Stark suit, but I never imagined Mary Jane in it. I missed all the lore or anything that happened in comics that saw this become a reality. Now, let's talk about, like I said, two heads, 2 fists, and 4 arms. That's all you're getting at this price point. This one's more like a deluxe set, this Magic the Gathering, which I do count as a Gamerverse in its own right, because Magic the Gathering is a card-based table game. It's a social game, right? But this one is not labeled under the Gamerverse line. It's got its own line. It's Magic the Gathering line. That will see Man-Wolf, that will see Spider-Man, that will see Agent Anti-Venom, and of course, Mary Jane Watson, which we have here. But they all include a Magic the Gathering unique card, a foil card of the character you get. And I'm wondering if this is really the true commodity. And if it is, it escapes me, as I am not a Magic the Gathering player, nor do I look to flip things for a lot of value or anything like that. This will get put away and watched to see what becomes of this line and cards like these. I might consider getting the Spider-Man one, but I don't think I want the whole wave. This left me with the impression I needed out of this. Yes, they look cool for the Magic players to say that's a cool looking character, but are they competitive with the other Marvel Legends stuff? I'd say maybe in some of the worst ways, where you can see great design, poor execution, right? So, and that's my assessment of this one, guys. I do like the colors on this one. I really do like the colors on this one. Love Mary Jane's freckled face on this one. It's great. I'm going to have a lot of fun just with that buck. And I never have a problem putting another Spider-Man figure into my Spider-Man collection if I think there's a place for it. And I think there's a place for her. It's just not the places I wish I could put her. I can't manipulate these arms well. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this alternative perspective, number 26. The Marvel Legends series, Magic the Gathering, Mary Jane Watson's The Iron Spider. Pardon me, I kept calling it Scarlet Spider, but The Iron Spider. These should be available elsewhere. I have no idea where else they're available, but I picked this one up, as I said. Toys on Fire here in Nepean, Ontario, in the Canada region. So, I hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget to follow this channel. We will be doing a giveaway as a thank you for my 1,000 subscriber mark, but it's likely going to be on the Backyard Battlefield. So watch the channel for details on that coming. And I hope you guys have a great week in toys. We'll see you soon.